welcome everybody to week number 12. I think we skipped one in there somehow, some way, but it is week 12. So it's Math 1111, quantitative literacy, and today we're going to talk about probability and a little bit of an extension on the statistics that we were working on before. Week 12, today's lesson 23 in week 12. I don't know why it says 21, but it's 23. Agenda, praxis prep, we'll go over that first. That'll be our first video. Then some review material, and then we'll talk probability and an extension of statistics, and we're probably looking at 2 videos for that today. Praxis prep. Here we go. You know the drill. Stop and start. Okay, so this is where we apply the Pythagorean theorem that leg squared plus leg squared is hypotenuse squared. Recall that the hypotenuse is located directly across from the right angle and that the 2 legs make up the right angle. So one leg is n, the other leg is 16. N squared plus 16 squared is 20 squared. Now it's just a matter of doing some calculations. N squared plus 276. Remember, squared means times itself. Hit that button on your calculator. 276 equals 20 squared is 400. Subtracting 276 from both sides, n squared is 144. Square rooting that, n is 12. So the missing side in this one is 12. Now, sometimes students mistakenly believe that you always add or you always subtract. No, what you always do is identify where the hypotenuse is and what the 2 legs are and plug them into the equation. The equation will take it from there. Your turn. It's my dog drinking. Okay, so again, right triangle, leg squared plus leg squared is hypotenuse squared. Hypotenuse is always across from the right angle, and this time the unknown, the variable, the n, is on the hypotenuse. So 5 squared plus 12 squared is n squared. 25 and 144 is n squared. 25 and 144 make 169. Square rooting that, and n is 13. So that's the length of the hypotenuse. Go ahead, stop and start. Okay, so the ibuprofen level is decreasing when the graph starts going down. When does that happen? Between 3/4 of an hour, and 8 hours. Next up. Okay, $1,000 lottery winner had 30% deducted for taxes. How much was the winning check? Okay, 30% deducted for taxes. How much was the winning check? 30% of 1,000 is 0.30 times 1,000, which is $300. So you've got to deduct that. That's the key word. The magic word is deduction. So you started with 1,000, you deduct the 300. That's $700 that the winning check is for. Go ahead. So there are a few ways we could do this. First, we could remember that percent means out of 100, and you could realize that 25 times 4 is 100, so 11 times 4 is 44. That's one way, but the way that always works, the way I just did it was convenient because 25 directly went into 100, but honestly, that's less typical. Usually it does not. So we can just divide. 11 divided by 25 is 0.44, which gives us 44%, moving the decimal 2 places to the right. Okay, time for the review questions.